You sit on the couch as the evening winds down, relaxing after a long day. Suddenly, your dog climbs into their bed and begins the nightly dance. They spin in circles, scratch the fabric, and finally flop down with a heavy sigh. It is a hilarious bedtime routine. You bought them a thick, expensive orthopedic mattress, yet they still treat it like an uneven patch of wild grass. Why does a modern dog behave like they are roughing it in the wilderness? To understand why our dogs perform this nightly theater, we need to look past the cozy cushions. We need to explore the ancient pathways of the dog mind. And to guide us through this science of sleep, here is Sherlock. Before dogs had warm houses and soft rugs, they slept under the open sky. In the wild, long grass and jagged weeds are uncomfortable. Circling was a simple, practical way to stamp down the vegetation and create a flat, soft mattress. But this bedtime spin was much more than a comfort hack. Stamping down the grass also cleared away hidden pine cones, sharp twigs, and stinging insects. The circling ritual was an essential safety check before they closed their eyes for the night. Sleeping in the wild also meant constant vulnerability to predators. By circling, a dog could check their surroundings one last time, orienting their nose to the wind to catch scent warnings and choosing the safest direction to face in the dark. Then there is the bed scratching. In the backyard, you might see your dog dig a shallow hollow. Outdoors, a few inches of topsoil make a huge difference. Digging exposes cooler earth in summer and shelter from cold drafts in winter. So when Sherlock scratches at his modern bed, he is running that ancient thermal software. His survival brain is telling him to dig a microclimate to keep his body temperature perfectly regulated throughout the long, chilly night. The scratching also serves another critical purpose: tactile mapping. Dogs use their paws to feel and adjust their sleeping surface. They are checking for lumps and reshaping the cushioning to cradle their body joints, finding the perfect alignment. Additionally, dog paws contain hidden scent glands. When they scratch a surface, they leave behind a unique, reassuring chemical signature. This scent stamping tells the rest of the world that this specific spot is claimed, secure, and safe. But why do they still do this on a perfectly flat bed? It turns out their home environment still actively triggers this behavior loop. A recent scientific experiment examined exactly how domestic dogs react to different sleeping surfaces. In a 2026 study published by canine behavioral researchers, scientists observed how dogs prepared to sleep on flat versus uneven surfaces. The data revealed a fascinating trigger response wired directly into their sensory feedback systems, altering their sleep preparation. The study showed that dogs were 3 times more likely to circle and scratch when given an uneven or textured blanket compared to a flat sheet. The uneven texture sends an immediate signal to their brain: flatten this surface first. This tactile feedback loops directly into their motor cortex. The touch of a rumpled blanket or a soft, plush bed mimics the uneven ground of the wild, automatically triggering the ancient grass-flattening program they carried from their ancestors. Conversely, when dogs sleep on smooth, flat hardwood floors, they circle much less. Without the tactile trigger of loose fibers, bumps, or folds, the instinctual loop simply remains quiet, allowing them to settle down to rest quickly. While bedtime circling is completely normal, sometimes it is a sign of underlying distress. As handlers, we must learn to distinguish between a healthy, instinctual nesting ritual and a physical or emotional cry for help when they settle. If your dog circles endlessly, struggles to find a comfortable position, or paces the room frantically before lying down, their bedtime dance has shifted. They are no longer nesting, they are trying to escape physical discomfort or restlessness. Chronic joint pain, canine arthritis, and sore muscles make the act of lying down painful. A dog may circle repeatedly because they dread the physical transition of lowering their body down, trying to delay the discomfort. In senior dogs, sudden obsessive circling can indicate cognitive dysfunction, similar to canine dementia. If the circling feels frantic, disoriented, or happens constantly throughout the day, it is time to check in with your veterinarian. General anxiety can also drive excessive nesting behaviors. An anxious dog will scratch frantically at the floor or their bedding to release nervous energy, attempting to stamp safety and comfort into a space that feels insecure. Fortunately, we can easily manage their environment to soothe this ancestral drive. By adjusting their sleeping setup and routine, we can help our dogs transition into a deep, peaceful sleep without bedtime frustration or stress at night. First, evaluate the bedding itself. If your dog circles excessively, simplify their mattress. Remove loose, rumpled blankets that trigger the grass-flattening drive. A taut, flat surface can quiet the instinctual loop immediately, helping them settle. Second, utilize the power of scent security. Place a worn t-shirt or a blanket carrying your scent inside their bed. Your familiar scent acts as a natural calmative, making the nest feel secure without extensive scratching. Third, the location of their bed matters. Place the bed in a draft-free, quiet corner of the room. By reducing sensory triggers like passing shadows or cold drafts, you help their survival brain stand down and rest. Fourth, rule out physical pain. If your senior dog starts circling frantically or shows discomfort when settling, schedule a veterinary checkup. Managing joint discomfort with proper medical support can instantly restore bedtime peace and comfort. Fifth, redirect their compulsive nesting energy. If your dog scratches beds out of boredom, offer a calm bedtime outlet like a stuffed chew toy or a lick mat. This satisfies their natural oral needs, soothing them to sleep. By understanding the ancient blueprints that drive their bedtime habits, you transform sleep preparation from a frustrating quirk into a moment of shared trust. You become the provider of a safe, comforting harbor for them. If you want more calm, science-backed canine explainers like this, consider subscribing to our channel. We unpack one dog behavior mystery at a time, helping you build a deeper, more empathetic connection with your companion. Because at the end of the day, canine sleep isn't just about soft pillows and luxury beds. It's about building a language of trust, reassurance, and love that allows them to drift off in complete, quiet safety. This video is for general educational purposes. Every dog is unique. If your pet shows obsessive bedtime behavior, joint stiffness, or pacing distress, work with your vet or a certified behaviorist to support their specific needs.